Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. It is day 19 out of our 2022 Brewers Advent Calendar and our German language failures. So today we're going to be drinking the Schwarze Bock from the Kraftbierwerkstatt out of Böblingen, Germany. Thanks for joining us. Dankeschön.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. It is day 19 of our Brewers Advent Calendar 2022. Yes, this lovely little box here, we have had 18 beers and we are moving on to number 19 and excited to bring you another review from this lovely box here. Again, this is all independent and family-owned breweries in Germany, at least according to the box. And so we've had a great time running through this and reviewing it and bringing that to you and just enjoying it amongst ourselves. Hopefully you guys have been following along as we've been doing this, and definitely would love to hear your feedback if you have. So let us know. I've got Andy in the attic, and I've got Jay, and I am Ben. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. Check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. Check us out on Discord. Come say hey. We'd love to have you there as well. Gentlemen, what are we drinking today?
The Schwarze Bock from Kraftbierwerkstatt out of Böblingen, Germany. It's a Bock. It's been cracked. It's getting poured.
Wow, you're beating me today.
Sneaky.
Oh,
It's
look
like
at that.
it's jumping on out there.
Yeah. Look at that. So this beer out of the Bierwerkstatten or Kraftbierwerkstatt was brewed specifically for the Advent calendar.
Nice.
Interesting. Kind of
Uses-
star on the other side.
Does
So
it?
this-
It does.
You're just now noticing that you didn't spin the can around.
The goat is what caught my eye.
You mean the Ram?
I do.
So this would be like the highest ABV in the box, won't it?
Yeah, we've
Wow,
had
so far.
there's like a couple above 6. I can't
Six,
remember
I don't
6
think you've
somethings.
been over 7 though. This is 7.
No,
No,
Is
the
this
graphic says 7.1.
Oh, the
The
graphic,
can, yes.
this
the
can says 6.2.
6.2. So little
And
discrepancy there. Apologize.
14 IBUs, but you know what?
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Get me excited by a false label, man.
I'm sorry. I try to go out and
I know you do.
look at, one that I can pull from the internet, that's going to display it well. And I did not look at the ABV compared to the can. That one's on me.
So this brewery, Kraftbierwerkstatt out of Böblingen, is considered a gypsy brewery. It rents from small to medium-sized breweries to brew and bottle. So it kind of moves around to do its thing.
So they don't have their own space.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Say, hey, they rent time.
it's gypsies.
I've heard about companies doing that in the US as well.
Yeah.
Smaller micros.
So
There's a lot of distilleries that do that as well.
Right.
there's something interesting about this style of beer, the Bock. In the US, anybody coming up drinking beer knows about Bock because of
Amber
what?
Bock.
Which one?
Bock.
Shiner Bock. Shiner is, the most mass-produced Bock that I can think of in the States. It's a Spitzel brewery in South Texas, German immigrants. So Bock beer. So this one, the Schwarze Bock means the black Bock. Well, interesting about the history of a Bock. So a Bock beer is a sweet, strong, lightly hopped beer, but the style comes from this town in Germany called Einbeck, not Einbach, Einbeck. But in Bavaria, like around Munich, their accents in just, in talking about the beer from Einbeck, it sounded more like Einbach because of the way they talk compared to where they're from Einbeck, which means billy goat. So the beer became known as Bock instead of Beck. And that's why anytime you see a Bock beer, it's got a goat fashion to it. Shiner Bock has a goat on it, or a ram. Celebrator from Ienga, that's got the goats and the rams on it.
Yeah.
So it was just a mispronunciation, a little confusion, and accents, and how we got to know as Bock. It should be a Beck beer, Einbeck. Yeah. So that's why you see the goats with the labels for Bocks.
So when you're at trivia or on Jeopardy or whatever, we've got you covered here for this one. So just remember where you learned that, because this is where I learned it.
That's right. Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. So now every time I go out and I see a Bock, I'm going to look for the goat.
Give me that Beck beer.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. All right, we had a little bit of technical difficulty here, but we are back and we are still talking about this beer here.
The Schwarze Bock.
There you go. Did we finish up the nerding out portion, Andy?
Yes.
Anything else?
I am no longer necessary.
We've been waiting for that for a while now, haven't we, Jay? With that, let's go around and rate this one. Jay, I'm going to call on you first. What do you think, sir?
This is very interesting. I really like it. It's a little heavier than a lot of the things we've had in this box, obviously, in my opinion. It has a good flavor, interesting color. I think I'm gonna rate this a 7.5.
All right. Andy, in the attic.
Get finished with my burp here. Excuse me.
Wow.
Yes.
Professional really coming through here, isn't it?
Whew. Burps. Jay, I agree. It is definitely the heaviest tasting beer we've had. 19 beers, definitely feels the heaviest. Good, really sweet and malty compared to the rest. But, I guess with a Bock beer, that's what you can expect. But I like it. That's, I like a good wintertime beer. I'm going to give this an 8.0. It's nice German tasting beer. So all around wins favor with me.
All right. I think for me, I think it's a 7.5 for me. And I'll tell you why. I'm not a big fan of Shiner Bock. Like I go ahead and say, I don't really like Shiner Bock. It's one of the beers that I've tried multiple times.
Shiner Bock.
I'm getting there.
It's just Schwarze Bock.
So I think that Shiner has almost ruined me from other Bocks in a sense.
There comes that bias.
There it is. Yeah. So, I guess I'm always trying to compare it versus that, in a sense, because that's probably the one I've had the most of, even though I don't really care for it. So I think that, obviously if I was rating Shiner right now, it'd be very low. I'm not. This is 7.5. I think it's good. It's definitely one I would have again. Blows Shiner Bock out of the water. So definitely glad that we got one of these in the box here. so we can have one from actually Germany,
A
so-
true Bock.
exactly, or Beck. So 7.5.
Yeah. Well, we've had some Doppelbocks in the past
Yeah.
from Germany, and they were good. So 7.5 is still a good score. So
Yeah.
good call.
Yeah. This is the first Bock that we've had, right?
Yeah, just
not the double.
straight up Bock.
Yeah, because we had the
doubles.
Spaten double Bock, and that was not
Doppelbock,
my
yeah.
favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was not. That was
That was surprising. Yeah.
All right, that's going to give us a 7.7 for the Q. This is
Oh,
your
me?
Q.
Or Schwarze Bock.
Yeah.
Schwarze Bock.
There you go. Definitely one I think we've all enjoyed here today, and definitely glad it came in the box here. So again, hopefully you guys are joining us along this journey of our Advent calendar, our Brewers Advent calendar 2022. We have definitely had a lot of fun with it, and we've got 5 beers to go, which is very sad. But we are inching closer to Christmas, and I feel like Santa's at least coming for 2 of us. I don't know about the third. We will see. So you can, I don't know which you may have to try to figure out which 2 that I'm referring to. I'll let you decide that.
Well, you're Santa Bear. You're
maybe
the
I
one
need
that's you're the Santa. The hat.
Maybe I need
beard.
to put a stocking up here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is day 19 of our Advent calendar.
Yeah, Ben
at
will
this
come
point.
stuff your stocking. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.